This is Hannibal from the Hannibal TV on YouTube. Netflix presented its second biggest boxing event that it's ever produced today, next to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight that pretty much was universally despised, although everyone made a lot of money that was involved with that. This was Canelo, the most popular super middleweight in the world, I guess, held 5 titles. I don't think they did a good job of describing for people like me who aren't that familiar with boxing what those 5 titles were for. But he lost the title to Crawford, which again, I guess Crawford got all 5 titles. So it went, and not only did he get 5 titles, but he got a Ring magazine ring, to which was supposedly given to the best boxer in the world. This is what was explained by Mark Wahlberg before the fight. There was lots of stars in attendance. Charlie Sheen, who I actually watched his biography on Netflix the day it came out. I thought it was really good. Uh, no real wrestlers that I could tell were in the crowd. Dana White was there, front and center with the Sheik. Definitely, this was put on with a lot of money. One thing I found, and it reminded me of AEW, the ring entrances were too long and for someone like me. It's like I don't want to see this concert from someone I don't even know for 5 or 10 minutes before the walk out to the ring. Just walk out already. I feel that the pageantry was overboard, and the fight just ended at 1:55 a.m. Eastern. And a lot of people want to watch this stuff live, so I don't think it was very kind to people on the East Coast or Central Time. The sheik that was sitting next to Dana was Turkey, which I don't know his full name. I'm sorry. He's one of these multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire sheiks, head of the Saudi Arabia Sports Commission that's giving TKO all this money to produce these fights. But yes, one of the things, I don't know if this is something that has to do, because they do it in wrestling now too, have all these belts and nobody really knows what all the titles are. I saw one that said WBO. The rest is just like, okay, so there's 4 titles. Which one is actually on the line? They did not do a good job of explaining that. The 12 rounds actually went by fairly fast, faster than I expected them to go by. In professional wrestling news, Shawn Michaels announced today that he's getting both of his knees fixed imminently. He's going to get total knee replacements on his knees. He's already had his back surgery and shoulder replaced. So he's the bionic man. Does this mean, speaking of rich sheiks and the Saudi Arabia Sports Commission, does this mean that Shawn Michaels will be at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia? That was booed, actually. Now I know why they did the Lucha Libre show in Vegas last night, because TKO was there for the boxing and all the Mexican fans there for Canelo. But I will have to say, from what I saw of the Lucha show, it didn't look like it had a very big crowd. I will say that, and I didn't like what I saw about the Lucha show. But I'm digressing here. The main thing I wanted to bring up about that was when it was announced the Saudi Arabia show in 2027, everyone was booing. So to switch those boos and you sold out to cheers, they're gonna have to, because it's like turning your back on America. WWE used to be the all American product. Now it's like the corporate product that is just gonna go and do whatever the highest bidder wants. Put ads on tables, put ads at ringside, giant bottles of this drink prime that I don't know. I'll take the Ghost energy drinks, to be perfectly honest, any day before prime hydration. But to turn the fans' allegiance around from being anti WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, they're gonna have to bring back guys like Shawn Michaels, guys like Steve Austin, who pled no contest to beating Deborah. And I don't think he ever had maybe more than one actual promoted match since then. in the US. And my theory on it, and it's just a theory, the reason why the Kevin Owens match was just spur of the moment and not advertised, because it would have had a lot more attention had it been advertised. And my theory was, if there had been too much blowback that Austin was being promoted in the US as a feature, with him being a documented wife abuser to a famous woman wrestler, that they would have had to pull the main event. But in Saudi Arabia, the views on stuff is a lot different. That's part of the whole controversy with the whole equal rights movement there. And I've never been. All I can tell you is what I read. And when we see women wrestle there, they wrestle in full bodysuits. We hear about people being killed for what we would consider ridiculous stuff. I know that they're trying to change that, and definitely doing this sports whitewashing of their image, and it seems to be working. And I'm not saying everyone's bad there. I've never even met anyone from there. All I'm saying is it's a lot different than Canada and US society. So I personally think Shawn Michaels, he already came back in 2018 after being retired in 2010 to make 3 million in Saudi Arabia. I think they'll offer him even more than 3 million for this. And I heard they're opening their pocketbook wide open for The Rock. Last time Rock wrestled, he made 35 million. What's he going to make for this? 50 million? And I believe The Rock, from the rumblings I've been hearing, his pay is going to be above the 100 million WWE is getting to put WrestleMania on there. So the card remains to be seen. And I do think, in all honesty, to get the fans over the fact that they're selling out the US. And I mean, yes, they've done WrestleManias in Canada, but give me a break. Toronto's an hour or less from the New York border. Like it's not like 10, from what I remember from geography class in high school, like 10% of Canada is in like the 10% closest to the US. Then we got a lot of nothing overall. But let me know what you guys thought of the fight. Um, I would definitely say this was a little long entrances and a little bit too much performers that nobody wants to really hear, other than maybe some of the people, but not enough to really merit having the entrances contain all this hoopla. It's just my opinion. Great athleticism shown. Have a great night.